Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be riding my horse Tarek for the second time ever. So I'm using a Medina bitless comfort bridle. I am having a little bit of issue with the fitting, but I think that's just because it keeps coming a bit loose. So I think I'm just doing like really crappy knots. But I love this because it's handmade and it's really good for horses that are eating if you're using a lot of food in your training, because it allows a lot of room for their mouth to open, and it's also cute as hell. I will put the link in the description if you guys are looking at buying one of these yourself, because they are absolutely adorable. She does actually live local to my area, so she's in Australia, but I think she probably ships worldwide. But there's a bit of a weight on them because they are handmade. And then I'm just using my crappy little bareback pad that I got from some random shop online. I'm going to be investing in a better pad, probably a barefoot physio pad, and I'm probably going to end up getting a total contact saddle and use those two together. But at the moment, this is fine for the level of riding that we're doing, which is like barely any. Now, the first thing that I like to do when we go into the arena is to make sure that he is focused and relaxed and listening to me. So we do a little bit of liberty, we do some relaxed walking and some relaxed trotting both directions. Just want to make sure that he's all nice and warmed up, that he's focused on me, that he's listening to my aids and my cues. So Tarek is clicker trained, which means I train him with food. And what you're seeing here is actually the result of building up duration and behavior trains from clicker trained behaviors. So even though it looks like the end result of negative reinforcement, it's actually trained with positive reinforcement, which is pretty cool. If you want to learn how to do this, I will be doing more videos if they're not already up. It just depends when you're watching this. You may be watching this in the future. If so, hello from the future, or from the past. This is past me talking to future you. Anyways, so once he does that, he gets a snack. So as I said, I built a behavior chain. So he does all of that and then he gets one snack. But at the start, you know, I was breaking things down very small and rewarding every single little thing. So yeah, this is the end product. It's not going to look like this when you first start clicker training. But again, if you're interested, go back and look at my other videos on how to get started with clicker training. Then I asked him to line up at the mounting block, and I was actually in a hurry this day, okay? I needed to get back from the Gold Coast to get to work, and I needed to do it before traffic hit, so I was a bit pressed for time. And as you can see, I am rushing him, and he's clearly telling me, hey, I'm a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm listening, but I'm also not listening. I'm like aware of it, but I just kept pushing him, right? And that resulted in him doing a bit of a spook when I mounted. So in hindsight, yes, I probably should have waited and let him sort of relax a little bit. But by getting on his back and him speaking a little bit, I did sort of show him that, hey, it's all right if you speak a little bit, but come back and listen to me. Because what we did, I know I went off camera, it sucks, but what I did was I just did some head down for relaxation, and we just did some deep breathing for probably about 2 minutes just to get him nice and relaxed again before I asked him to walk on. And at the moment, I'm only using a vocal cue as the walk on cue. So I'm not using any pressure at the moment. That will come later. I'm going to build in, well, by pressure, I mean tactile cues, like by leg cues. I'm going to add that in later. At the moment, we are just doing vocal cues. So I'm just saying walk on, which is a click with my tongue, like that's for him to walk on. And we did that on the ground. So he learned that on the ground. And now I'm just translating over into saddle. So I'm like, hey, I know I'm not in front of you. I know this is different, but it's kind of the same as what we were doing before, and just helping him like sort of figure that out and step through. And as you can see, I'm just asking for a little tiny bit. And I don't care where he walks at the moment, because at the moment, this is our second ever ride. I'm just working on him getting used to like moving with extra weight on his back, and you know, because it's going to change his center of gravity, it's going to change how it feels. So we're just working on how it feels essentially. And I'm like, I don't care where you walk, you can walk wherever you want. He is wanting to stick to the fence. That's completely normal. Aragon's over there, and also this is our new environment. Like, we haven't actually worked in this arena for very long because I just moved properties, so he doesn't really work over to the other side of the arena, which is totally fine, because at the moment, again, like I said, I just want him to move around and walk. So, and get used to like taking food off his back, because turning around, taking food off the back is a skill that your horse will have to learn. So once I've done a few steps around, a few little short walks, I jump off and then I unclip his reins. Again, this is why I love the Medina bitless bridle, because I can unclip the reins, and I give him the cue to eat. So he's got a cue that lets him know that we're all done working and he's free to go off and graze. So I point to the ground and I say, eat, and then I walk away. This lets him know that we're done and that he can do whatever he wants. And that's it for Tarek's second ever ride.